Hello everyone, Arthur here with EM Disaster Gaming, and today I'm here with Mark Borland. Mark, why don't you go ahead and share a little bit about yourself and tell the audience about your background.
Yeah, I'm a person that loves gaming. I started off when I was a young kid, from family games on up. Then I've just been getting into role playing for a very long time and just stay with it most of my life. I got into emergency management about 20 years ago. Started off in emergency services, then developing through the sickness into emergency management. I have never left since. This is my longest career. And then putting both passions together, it's been a dream come true.
Awesome, Mark. Well, you have a unique background as a career federal emergency manager, but with that, you also have this love of games, and you were a big D&D guy. So tell us a little bit about your background experience with D&D. As I understand, you've actually traveled to cons and conferences and have talked about D&D and storytelling.
I got into storytelling when I was 12 years old. I got into it with a few folks and started from there. I got into with a long-term friend, James Shipley. He's the one that inspired me to get into different type of gamings, breaking different systems and things like that. He's worked on different systems, and I worked on different systems. And then another part of the inspiration is that I have a game group that kept me going. Joe, Andrew, Chris, Silvio has kept me going into the gaming for a long time. And then I started growing into more and more with gaming. I started talking to people about storytelling. That's been kind of more of my passion, is the storytelling. And then I got into with cons with my friend, and we started talking and getting up there talking about storytelling at different parts of gaming, and how that is. And then it just grew from there. And then one day I woke up in the morning and I decided to put both my careers together, because I've been doing emergency services, emergency management for over 20 something years, and then gaming most of my life, and putting them together was been something that of a dream come true. I met you, and I was just like, that was just kind of a whole, just a brain idea, just to contact you and to network with you, and you're showing me a different side of the world that I have never seen myself either. So, but I knew gaming was ingrained in different things, but that's how I love to do this, and if I can bring passion to storytelling, because it's a age-old thing. So
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome. You definitely have a unique background, and it's interesting. The more people I meet, the more passion, the more I find that there are a lot of people out there across, multi-generational, all different kinds of generations and age range, from kids to teens, all the way up through adults, and elderly. So, but commonly everyone has some experience with games, and people love different kinds of games and have different kinds of backgrounds with them. So it's exciting to see that you were so interested in kind of bridging the two. And with that, we have on the screen here today sharing your game that is now debuted just the other day, StormHaven Maw of Zephyros. And StormHaven is a true D&D one-shot campaign built on the 5e system. And now I'm going to turn it over to you, Mark. I don't want to steal your thunder. If you could give us an overview of StormHaven, which is really exciting to see. Our first real D&D game that parallels emergency and disaster management.
Yeah, and so again, this was something of my brainchild here. I drafted this up a while ago, and what StormHaven is that it is a storm-tossed realism, political fraction, hard choices. This thing is a packed thing about emergency management. It follows emergency management phases, preparedness, response, recovery, mitigation, the stuff that we all live, breathe, and try to perfect. And then that's something that's what's unique about this is gamified ICS structures. What StormHaven is that StormHaven is a city that we use as the boxing bag of if anyone's doing simulation or some type of storytelling or some type of gamifying things. They always have some type of disaster, city that always happens. So StormHaven is the disaster city of my choosing and my naming. And so what it is it's a storm god that that's the antagonist, and he has other things going or other minions going on, and then you have the antagonists, political fractions. You have all these things that are causing issues. You have resource problems. You have political problems. You have trying to save the world problems. It's not really a winning game. It's mainly to figure out how to survive and how to be comfortable.
Living with those choices you were describing. Yeah.
Yeah. And
which is fascinating. Yeah. For an approach. It's not just a linear story where you are just trying to beat it or win.
Yep.
It's really, and what really excited me about this game, as you said, is the game is focused on, what's kind of the best outcome, or what's the most agreeable or livable outcome we can feel comfortable with in making tough decisions within this community here, set within the D&D fantasy role playing genre. So it's real exciting. So StormHaven here, and this is a picture of StormHaven in the game, and I want to comment and say, Mark is also not only the game creator but the illustrator here, and I love the artwork and that kind of old timey feel. So that aesthetic, right? So with that, tell us a little bit about the city of StormHaven. So there's different political factions. You were saying it's on the coast. What else should viewers know about StormHaven?
Yeah, it's an immersive disaster, and it allows everyone to be involved with like what is going on, the stuff that we deal with every day as emergency services, emergency managers. It is something that it's hard to express. If you're not an emergency manager or emergency services, this brings light to people that allow you to play as those roles. I have created the what they call it, say pre-generated characters plus the NPCs in there, and plus the monsters. So it's jam-packed full of those things that you can play immersively.
I've got those up on the screen here.
Yeah.
So these are some of the character sheets and the encounters you have pre-built out. And what's all included within StormHaven? Because there's several different appendices.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about what you get with StormHaven.
So I think you have the NPCs up right now. It gives you the full background. It gives you the skills, the attributes, and everything that's needed for you to be able to play the game. See, there's some other things in there, the monsters and things like that. It will show you the antagonist. It will show you the monsters. It will show you all those things that you'll need to run this game. Of course, you're probably not going to beat the big bad if you want to design your own characters to play, which is it's perfectly fine. To see if your character will beat this thing. It also helps the GM to just create the story. It's mainly to assist the game master, or storyteller to with the tools that can tell the story. It doesn't have to be linear to the game, but it's all packed in there. It gives you different type of like morale points, disaster tokens, influence points. The game master also has to also do tracking of the pressure systems that I have in here, and you have some
unique systems in here that kind of track that pressure, that political turmoils that, as I like to describe it, using my disaster war games.
Yep.
And what's really interesting is while you have character sheets you've developed for players, they can also bring their own characters. So if they have beloved characters that they've made, they can bring them in to the StormHaven campaign that
Yep.
you've developed, which is also exciting.
Yep. And it also, if you're a good experienced game player, RPG player, you can use this system into other systems as well. Just do a little modifications. There's always books out there that can tell you how to crosswalk across with the 5e versions to over to other systems as well. So, yep.
Awesome. Well, that's really exciting. Really appreciate you getting to share about StormHaven. What would you say are some of your most exciting encounters or parts of the campaign that you want to tease out to the audience?
It's the end where you actually meet the Mr. Zephyros.
Yeah, we've got Mr. Zephyros
yeah.
up on the screen here. Yep.
Yep.
Awesome.
You actually, that's the other part. My favorite part is going to be the political part. I will have to say that the political part, I'm actually excited about putting it together. I know that this is kind of a new thing that I've been trying to do. It's the political part.
That's awesome. Well, I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited to see how the political intrigue intertwines with decisions and the kind of the resource allocation. And what's unique, it's so unique to see this fantasy role-playing, this D&D campaign that is built to mirror real-life emergency and disaster management and those tough choices. So with that, in this kind of fantasy role-playing D&D realm, so it's very exciting. So with that, do you have any final words you'd like to share about StormHaven with those who are watching this video today?
Absolutely, yeah. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to play. Don't be afraid of the rules. Grab your family, grab your friends. They don't have to be emergency managers, emergency services. Just join in. It's a shared collaborative game, storytelling, everything. You get to learn what the pressure is in our jobs as emergency managers, emergency services.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for sharing and working with us to bring this game to life. I'm excited to share this with the first response emergency management communities, but also with families and neighbors and those who are just interested in kind of the cross between disasters and gaming. So with that, StormHaven is available today. You can find it on emdisastergaming.com. It is available for digital download now, and then over the next few weeks when I'm at conferences, I will be actually premiering and promoting the game. You'll be able to see it at our booth. I will have a printed copy, and who knows, maybe we will get to play it at one of our game nights coming up. So with that, stay tuned. Be sure to like and subscribe. Sign up for our emails on emdisastergaming.com to stay up to date with our latest news and products and projects and work with our wonderful creators like Mark here. So with that, thank you, Mark, so much, and excited to get StormHaven out on the table and those dice rolling. So
thank you. More to come.
Awesome. All right. Take care, all.